So what is it that makes DPW the best event in the digital procurement space in Europe? Well, if you didn't go, you've probably seen pictures across LinkedIn of people having a great time, appear to be enjoying themselves, or what was a fantastic event. And I'm going to share with you a few ideas as to what makes DPW the benchmark for events in our sector. And for me, it starts with the energy. We had the opening party on Tuesday night. We flew in from into Amsterdam that afternoon. And of course, attending that event, meeting a few friendly faces, some new people, and there's a real buzz around the room. Everyone's excited about the next couple of days of networking and learning. And that's then sort of cemented on the Wednesday morning when you've got the opening show, where you've got this light and music show and a sort of quite an abstract robotics type. It's hard to put into words really what it was, but you had to be there to see it. But it created this wonderful energy around the room and everyone's excited. And then of course we welcome Matthias to the stage. And anyone knows Matthias is really rooting for him to have a great event because of everything he's been through to get to this point and all the different things he's brought to our sector. So, and then you've got really a wonderful agenda. So you start with the energy and you've got this wonderful agenda. So it starts with a chap called David Rogers from Columbia Business School, viewed as a world-leading sort of voice on digital transformation. And he gave the opening keynote. And that's an example of where Matthias brings in really great voices, great speakers from outside of procurement to give their insights. And some other events do that as well. But Matthias is taking it to another level. He had a chat from MIT who I really enjoyed, talk about whether AI could replace our jobs, a subject close to my heart. And then with the presentations of the vendors and the sponsors, rather than thinly veiled sales pitches, there's much more talk about value and much more talk about success in keeping with the whole overall theme of making tech work. So that's the energy and that agenda really combine to give the whole place positivity. All the procurement people are getting a chance to learn and share knowledge. And of course, they're then talking to all the vendors and seeing what they're up to and what their product roadmaps look like. So there's that whole learning environment in a very positive sort of culture. And then there's the innovation. You've got innovation from the vendors, of course, and you've got innovation in the agenda. But something as simple as the investment Matthias made in this little clicker thing that you had on your badge, on your lanyard. So you could walk up to somebody, click it at the same time, you turn from red to green, you'd connect with each other. Then when you looked in the app, you'd have a list of all the people you've been speaking to and you could follow up and network later on after the event. So something as simple as that made a big difference, made it really simple to network. So you bring a lot of innovation. And then another example would be some other events that I attend, and I go to most of them. They don't really like other vendors having sort of off-site events and side parties and that sort of thing. But Matthias has actively encouraged that. He's thought, you know what, everyone's coming together in one of the most accessible cities in Europe. We're all busy. So let's make time for everyone to spend time together. So there was a series of events on the Tuesday, and then on the Wednesday evening, if you're a procurement practitioner, you are somewhat spoilt for choice as to where you might go, which cruise around Amsterdam canals you might go on, which software vendor, but that was a really good option for the procurement professionals to sort of do some more networking and follow up on the day's discussions. And that all creates that final point I want to make, that sense of community. I think Matthias's leader inspires a lot of loyalty and a lot of admiration. You've got people like Mark Pereira advising him now, and of course all Mark's experience from procurement leaders will be invaluable, I'm sure, as DPW grows, and I'm sure they're going to need a bigger venue in Amsterdam, if not next year, certainly the year after. So that sense of community, that sense that if you weren't there, you sort of missed out, and I think there'll be a lot of people who will register for the event very early next year because of that fear of missing out. I know we certainly will be doing. And ultimately what you've created is this wonderful sort of momentum now, and they've set a standard that others need to follow. So if, for example, you've seen that article in one of the supply chain magazines about the top 10 events in the sector and DPW is only at number 9, don't believe that nonsense, quite frankly. This is the number 1, and they're setting the standard, and I think we'll see other events copy some of what they're doing. We'll also some of the actual vendors with their own events take sort of some inspiration from what's been done at DPW. So listen, I hope you found that useful. If we didn't get a chance to chat when you were in Amsterdam, or you want to find out more, please do get in touch. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, thank you.